I'm so excited that we made it to Exodus. This has always been one of my favorite books in the Bible. Here we find Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob's descendants, the Israelites, have multiplied. They have become extremely powerful and filled the land. But because of this, the Egyptians begin to fear the Israelites and force them into slave labor. And Pharaoh orders every newborn Hebrew boy to be thrown into the Nile, which is where we find Moses, the son of Hebrews from the tribe of Levi. Hebrews chapter 11 tells us that by faith, Moses' parents recognized that God had given them an unusual child, so they weren't afraid to disobey Pharaoh's command. So Moses' mother places him in a basket in the Nile River, and he's found by Pharaoh's daughter and raised as a prince in Egypt. Moses grows up, and one day he decides to visit his own people, the Hebrews, and he sees firsthand how they're being mistreated. He tries to intervene and right the injustice by killing an Egyptian who was beating a Hebrew slave. Because of this, Moses has to flee to Midian, which is where he finds his wife Zipporah. Now, Moses isn't the only one who witnessed the mistreatment of Israel. God appears to Moses in a burning bush. Like Moses, God sees the oppression of his people. He acknowledges their cries of distress and the harsh treatment of the Egyptian slave drivers. God tells Moses he is going to rescue his people from the power of the Egyptians and lead them into their own land. And God is sending Moses to Pharaoh. Moses must lead his people out of Egypt. Now, Moses has already acted in a way to try to help his people, but the people turned on him, and Pharaoh sought to kill him. But God helps Moses see the difference in what he's asking Moses to do. While Moses initially tried to help his people in his own strength, this time, God will be with him. But Moses begins to argue with God, and he tells God, if I go to the people of Israel and tell them, the God of your ancestors has sent me, they're going to ask, what is his name? And what should I tell them? And God tells Moses his name. He says, tell the people, I am has sent you. Yahweh, the God of your ancestors. Yahweh. Saying God's name feels like a beautiful expression of how we experience him. There is a breath of great awe, Yah, and there's an exhale of comfort and peace, Way, Yahweh. This feels like a picture of our relationship with him. As we breathe in his name, we experience awe and peace, Yahweh. We can experience desperation in our time of need, but also the promise of provision, Yahweh. We can experience the reverence and the joy of praise, Yahweh. The great I am, our God who sees, is Yahweh.